There's something eerie about a kid who doesn't even check if anyone's watching, who doesn't look over his shoulder before doing the wrong thing. Garry didn't look. He didn't think he had to. We were in the same class, a grade 2 and 3 composite. Part of going to an underfunded school with budget cutbacks and not enough teachers for every year level. Garry was in grade 2. I didn't know his last name. No one did. The teachers called him Garry N, but I never saw an N written anywhere. He had a way of being still without going unnoticed. Not quiet, just detached, like he was only partially enrolled. We had a group project on Thursday, a whole heap of us mixed together, working on the food pyramid. After a bit of pretend working, Garry leant in and said, "Watch this one, guys." Then he wandered over to the cupboard and picked the lock. No lookout, no whispers. He just waited for Miss Bass to duck out to the staff room, walked straight to the supply cupboard, bent the latch with the edge of a ruler and pulled a bent paper clip from his sock. Held it sideways, fiddled for 5 or 6 seconds, and it clicked. It wasn't subtle. It just worked. He opened the door, looked in, and took a handful of texter markers. Only the big fat black ones. Then he started handing them out. "Keep one, I'm selling the rest." I was still in shock. "Oh my God, Garry, you can't do that." "What? I didn't do nothing. They give them to us anyway. What difference does it make?" I asked him who would buy them. "Older kids. They do tags. They like these ones." He said it like he was describing what pigeons eat. No pride. No nerves. Just something he knew. It wasn't until after recess the next day that I got caught. Miss Bass was checking workbooks while we copied from the board. She paused next to my table, looked down at my pencil case, reached in, held up the marker, turned it slowly. One of the edges was frayed. The cap was cracked. There was a thumbprint in faded black. "Where did you get this?" "Actually, I already know." That was all she said. She didn't take me aside, didn't scold me, just placed it on the desk and kept walking. After lunch, I saw her speaking to Garry. He was standing by the bookshelf, peeling dried glue off his fingers. She was calm, firm, but quiet. "You'll stay back after school today." He didn't argue, didn't nod, just sort of paused, then shrugged and turned away. That was it. No tantrum, no denial, no fight. He heard the sentence, but I don't think he accepted it. Later that afternoon, I was packing my bag when I noticed Miss Bass again. She was standing outside now, scanning the yard, one hand up against the sun, slowly turning. She wasn't panicked, just irritated, like someone who couldn't find their Tupperware lid. I knew who she was looking for. Eventually, I spotted Garry near the bike racks. He wasn't hiding. He was talking to a couple of the older boys, grade 6 maybe. They laughed at something he said. Then, one of them passed him a coin. He pocketed it, turned and walked through the side gate. Didn't look back. Didn't glance towards the building. Didn't even pretend he was going to detention. Garry didn't flinch. Didn't lie. Didn't negotiate. He heard the word detention and decided it didn't apply. He wasn't scared. He was trained. Taught that rules are optional. That escape is always on the table. Taught over years to pick locks and read adults like blueprints. On Monday, he was back. No one said anything. No follow-up, no punishment. He sat 2 rows from the back and drew on the inside of his folder. His name in block letters, or uppercase. His writing slanted backwards, like it didn't want to be read. He didn't look at me, but I knew he knew. I kept the marker. It stopped working after a few days. The nib dried out and cracked. I kept it anyway, tucked in my pencil case until the end of the year. I didn't use it, didn't throw it away. I just kept it. I think I wanted to prove something. Not to Garry, not to the teacher, just to myself. A memento from something that happened that I didn't want to forget. To prove I'd been there, that I'd seen it happen, that I knew what it looked like. Word was, he'd been helping his dad with break-ins since he was 5. His dad would boost him up to the toilet window, which was rarely locked, and Garry would crawl through, then run to the back door to let him in. He wasn't broken by his father. Actually, he was bred with intention, with stylized deformity. You can't fix someone who doesn't think they're broken, and you can't punish a kid for doing what worked. He didn't run because he was scared. He ran because he always runs. And this time, it worked again. If you've made it this far, I've got more content you might enjoy. Hit the like button if you found this interesting, and take a look at the videos on your screen for more. Trust me, you won't want to miss them.